All right, we're taking from the top. This is a gentleman who's actually introducing himself to the podcast that he has actually founded and started. So we are about to ask him questions regarding his journey from the start up until now, and what he has in his thoughts, and where he comes from, and where he grew up, and how he came to be who he calls himself to be. So we're going to have two personalities that are going to be discussed today. So I'll ask a question and then he can answer that. So it will be based on whatever he decides or whatever he determines that is best fit for his moment. Right now, we are sitting with Sibusiso Msibi, who is a founder, initiator, and a father to the Gentlemen's with Class brand, which dates way back, of which he's about to actually walk us in it, and then he's going to tell us exactly where he comes from, and then what's the first meal of bread he used to eat that he still remembers and enjoys from his childhood up until now. So, Mr. Msibi, tell us about yourself.
Hello, welcome to Gentlemen with Class podcast. Yes, it is Sibusiso, Faithful Msibi, formerly known as Series M, the Gentleman with Class. So my background or my history go way back in 1989, where my mother gave birth. Her name is Jabulile Regina Msibi. Unfortunately, she is deceased. And then my father is Themba Bega. Okay, my mother gave birth to two beautiful sisters and also myself. Their name is Hlengiwe and Sinethemba. I love them to bits. Yeah, so my history go way back in where I started schooling. My junior primary years were at Qedizaba Primary School. Further, I went to higher primary at Tobani Higher Primary School. And then I ended my senior secondary year at Sabela High School. They're all located in Section 5. So my family, where I was born, it's a huge family, which consists of my grand gave birth to about seven. Yeah, so it's 5 beautiful daughters and 2 sons. Yeah, so Ikulele Emadadin, Section 5. I used to attend church. But I think that's where my inspiration come from. I was destined to be in media business, and I fell in love with whatever was happening with media. I used to be inspired whenever I watch TV, I listen to radio. Whatever was happening around me, I was inspired. So, music influence, I got it from England. There used to be a house, within home choir or house choir, something like that. So all of my aunts and uncles used to form a choir back at home. They sing, even my grands. She sang beautifully, though her voice was a bit whiskey, you know. So at Kama School, there was ama vinyls, you know. Angazi ama 2000 if they will comprehend or whatsoever, but yeah, music has always been around me. So my passion was formed by Lokuguti. I grew up in a house where music used to play from morning until the other morning, and my grands never switch off her radio. It used to be on the whole day, listening to music. all the way. So this music back got me, I think, 2000. That's where I seriously started noticing that music indeed is my passion. Not really like a hobby, but I took it serious back then.
So what motivated you into starting your own podcast? Just give us a little bit of a down low.
All right. My passion goes way back in 2012, where I started as a journalist working for a church newsletter, serving under supervision of Sabelo Mkhwanazi, of which serving under the directions of Sabelo Mkhwanazi, of which he was our chief editor. We newsletter as a church. And then, okay, I started 2012. I think I started being artist manager. So I used to manage two guys, namely it was Ndo and Dali. They were good DJs, and I used to hook them with my gigs. I'll organize everything just like an artist manager too. So the story goes, I can't go without mentioning this, because that's where my passion or the podcast came about. So I need to like elaborate with the relationship here. So in 2012, I had a passion for radio, but not knowingly, I love it to bits, and it's my passion. So in 2012, while I was working as the artist manager for Ndo and Dali, I went to NCR and I met two guys, of which it's Bebeto and Umhlenge, of which was a producer of a show. I used to listen to them, and I used to book Ndo and Dali for Woodbao performer, like their mixes la Pagui NCR. Yeah, so our relationship with Umhlenge and Bebeto grew. Fast forward local 2019, but the story begins in 2018. In 2018, Mhlenge and Bebeto decided that they will establish a podcast. Further, in 2019, became a radio station, of which now it's formerly known as Elite Radio. So, Elite Radio, my story begins as I was asked to be a resident DJ. funny that I ended up being a radio show host, and then I was also like a Kalapayana coming back from a church valley. I was a journalist, so this thing linked. I was also a journalist for Elite Radio. Doing podcast all over whenever like I was asked what I should come and podcast. Yeah. So it la journey. And then so I hosted the show La Piana named Pleasures of Intimacy. And then furthermore, I was hooked with Yazutine. The more issue you'd find me that some days I will be absent, going out, podcasting, meeting different people. Yeah, so I couldn't attend my show very much because I had so many gigs to cover. And I saw it's okay. Yeah, this is a space of which I really like to join. And it naturally fell on me because I was used to putting podcast around. So this is the beginning.
Thank you very much for that synopsis of the background in terms of the motivation behind the podcast. Now, the next question is, what have you learned through the years on all the previous establishments regarding to the same media entertainment industry?
All right. I'll start by being an artist manager. Then I'll further link it with being a journalist newsletter. So in all of this establishment, what remains common ukuthi you have to give yourself that you learn as much as possible. You can't stop learning. And by applying yourself to learn, you are enriching your mind and opening your mind to lots of different aspects and avenues of which you can unlock. And you learn ukuthi where you meet people, you treat them with respect. You also network, because once you are asked to come into a gathering for whatever you are asked to come based on your work, it doesn't limit you that you need to open up and socialize so that you can create connections as okusiza futhi in your future, because the sky is the limit. So I've learned ukuthi respect comes first, and how you handle yourself, it's exactly how people will remember you in everything. So what I've learned, ukuthi something that remains common, ukuthi respect is demanded in all, wherever you are. Respect is the first thing of which you need to conduct yourself with respect and also respect others. So I've learned ukuthi socializing whenever you meet abantu, you don't stop. Whether you are asked to come work, but socializing, you can create connections through the event of which you are attending. So I've learned respect, and through respect and how I conducted myself, it's how I get to be asked. On some establishment, on some companies, you won't even be asked for you to send a CV. Sometimes they will just call you and say, "Hey, Sibu, come and work. We have been watching you for all these years. We've been noticing you that you have certain passion, and I think you fit this description." So that's it. You need to conduct yourself with a manner yokuthi it will also work as your curriculum vitae or resume. I'm American, yeah. So you never stop learning. You need to keep yourself yokuthi you learn a lot, no matter the industry of which you operating under. And also remember ukuthi you don't stop believing in yourself. You won't be taught ukuthi you need to believe in yourself. Whatever you do, you need to believe in yourself. So I've learned to believe in myself, even in situations which demanded me to learn, or in some cases, I wasn't clued up of what was happening, but I applied my mind into that, and things happened. Look at me. Here I am. I never thought I'll be a content creator, but here I am.
Thank you very much for that background recap of your life, so that you can walk us through the understanding of what inspired you from the previous establishments. So now, do you have any schedules for streaming or premiere, situations in your podcast?
All right. For now, the idea is that I'll release an episode once a month. Creating captivating content demands lots of research, and mind you, I'm working alone currently, so I won't pressure myself. I think I'll take it a month at a time. I'll release my episode once a month. I'm not sure of the date and the scheduling, but I think it will be month end. So that's it. It will be once a month for now, but as soon as I get comfortable, time will tell.
So, in your podcast, you are actually telling us about your schedules in your streaming premiere in terms of how you are starting, of which it's understandable considering that you are in your beginning phases. Now, tell us, and everyone, will you be going in spaces and places to people to interview them live, or people are going to be scheduled on the studio setup, like they sit down? What do you have in that? What's your idea?
You know, I'm open up to anything. Remember, my experience comes from working in different venues and different setup. So I won't even limit myself. If the demands means I have to go to that establishment, I'll go. And which means even if it means I need to set up a studio setup, it's fine. We'll do so. I'm not limited to being here. I'll only see if the resources are enabling or the setup is demanding for me, because before you can go out and podcast, you need to check different aspects and different things. So once the situation enables or it's good for me to work, I'll do so.
So, understanding the overview of everything that you are actually telling us, what is your feel or response or inspiration or motivation regarding your family as you are starting this? How are they feeling about it? And that also includes your neighbors, your friends, skin circle from back Pantuka, you can go all the way. How do they feel about this this initiative that you've undertaken?
I must tell you, even years back when I started my music career, man, some they do understand and some they don't. But all in all, I'm grateful for the support coming from my family. It has been amazing. Especially coming from my sisters. They're so supportive. Hey, they make me shine. They are the one who share the links. They are the one who tell everybody. Even if I can start selling sweets, they are the one who gonna start buying. They support whatever I do, and also myself, I do the same to them. So the support has been amazing. And to friends, hey, that one is a bit tricky. Hey, the days where I used to host the show, sometimes they would get crossed to they planned to be going out, and while the situation is like getting to be nice, I had to tell them, guys, bye, I need to go and work. Hey, sometimes Nabo Food they become supportive, because sometimes they used to help me, like their car take me to my workplace and drop me off there. Yeah, so the journey has been amazing, bruh, I can't lie. Support has been a major, even with the other partners, just like Hycobix, they've been supportive. Lit Radio has been supportive. My church members, they've been supportive. Community is large, they've been supportive. Sometimes when you're down, that's when you realize there are people who got your back, and they are the one that motivate you and tell you, Sbu, continue, bruh, we got your back. So those words, they like a pat in the shoulder. That reminds you, you are doing an amazing job. And social media, Facebook, that's my home. Guys, keep it up. The support and it's like me. It's very amazing, and it's fun. They cyberbullying, but with my Facebook friends, it's laughter all the way. Yeah, the support has been amazing. I thank you guys. I thank you very much.
Going back to the establishment of the podcast, can you give us the alter ego part of things in terms of how your name came about as a Sbuda, and two, if you can walk us through and how did you manage to how do I put this, to actually come up with a name as is Gentleman with Class. Can you take us back as how that came about, and then when you initiated it, were you alone or was there someone? And also to lastly, can you give us the affiliations, if there are any, regarding the branding, the selling of the merchant and stuff like that, and how people can actually be part of it or find themselves associating?
Thank you for that question. It's a good question. Yeah, so 2012, that was my year. The year of the Gentleman. So the name Gentleman with Class came, I was traveling to University of Pretoria. That's where I was going to study. So I was on my way there at Escort. I asked someone to take me a picture. I was wearing like a suit. And that's where Gentleman with Class emerged. But Gentleman with Class, it's not only just a name, it's a movement, it's a bigger picture. As the name alludes, Gentleman with Class. So it's going to be an organization where we teach young guys to handle themselves with respect and also treat our sisters with respect. Not mainly the sisters, but every female should be given an utmost respect. So Gentleman with Class emerged so it's an organization. But my name, Series M, goes way long back. Most of my friends will tell you that I love BMW. So the name Series emerged from Series. I used to admire 3 Series a lot. So I named myself Series, and then the M part stands for Msibi, my surname, by the way. Yeah, so Series M, it was only that. Then Gentleman in Class, I affiliated that with myself. So I've seen myself through the years, Wuti. I've learned, growing up in a house full of ladies, my mother used to teach me a lot about how you treat ladies. So I took note, Wuti Valley, I should be the gentleman who stand out amongst other gentlemen, and I'll set a tone, or I'll be a good example of what ladies are treated with exclusive treatment. You handle them with respect all the way here. So in background, Gentleman in Class, but the company was formally registered in 2020, but I've been having a match from 2012. So if you are interested, by the way, each Gentleman with Class is also a movement. You believe in yourself. As you can see, this sweater I'm wearing. Yeah, so this is a picture of myself wearing myself, and it goes on. So I like being unique, and there's something special about being unique, and you need to express that. So I used to see myself like going out and I've met someone is wearing the same thing as mine. I used to be crossed. And I don't believe like being wearing the same thing as someone. So that's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start my own clothing line. So each Gentleman with Class, you can just express yourself. It's simple. You just send me your picture, I emoticonize yourself, and you find yourself a beautiful sweater, a t-shirt. The list goes on.
So it's more like standing out of the crowd.
Yes, standing out.
As we are having fun, having a journey or going through the journey of your mind about where you began and how you came about to be the person and an individual that you are, can you tell us where people can actually find you and so that they can find themselves associating with you, contact details, where you can also throw in also the advertisement, where people can advertise, if they have something that they can use your line to advertise. Please give us those details.
All right. Seeing myself at this point, somehow brings some tears. It wasn't easy, but yet with perseverance. And I also have in mind that there's someone of which look up to me, and I'm their inspiration. So this has kept me going for you. I also believe in you, even though you are my secret admirer. I'm glad that you find inspiration through me, and I'll keep doing my best to be the best. So, where you can contact me regarding business, brand promotion, advertisement, it's simple. I have my business number. It's 069 173 1907. And then I have an email address. It's gentlemanwithclasspodcast@gmail.com. But the details will be linked on the description below. Yeah, so you'll get them there. Otherwise, you can just follow me on all my social platforms. Search for Series M Gentleman with Class on Facebook, and I also have a Facebook page. It's Gentleman with Class. Otherwise,